Right, hello everybody, welcome back to episode 3 of KOSI. I can't believe we're already on episode 3 as well.
It is actually flying by.
It is really flying by.
I feel like we were just in this room not that long ago.
I know. And it feels like literally the other day, I was in your house, we were with Luke and Andy of Gig, and we were talking about we need to get it set up, and now we're on episode 3.
Buzzing.
Crazy. But it's been wicked, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had some really good responses as well from people, haven't we? We were just talking about that this morning. The amount of stories that are coming in now are just, it's so good. The
stories are amazing, so keep them coming. And I even had a friend of mine who is in no way associated with the recruitment industry say like, I'm absolutely loving watching it. I haven't got a fucking clue what you're on about because I don't know anything about recruitment, but I'm just really enjoying watching two mates have a chat. And that is what we wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And actually we're going to talk about socials afterwards, and we're going to try and get some more of the content out on different socials to try and drive some more people in. But thank you to everyone that is watching and is listening, all the likes and shares. But I'm going to shout out Nicole West from Hinterview, who at the Ops Summit I was at last week, I went to the bar, came back, and she was telling everyone there, hey, you got to watch KOSI. You got to watch KOSI. Did a bit of
I love
promo
that.
for us. It's amazing, honestly. I love it. I love that people are advocating for it so much.
Yeah, no, it like, that's when we know we're doing what we set out to do, because that was our aim, wasn't it?
Yeah, bit of fun.
Bit of fun, being ourselves, just having a chat.
Yeah. I feel like this recording time actually has come at a good time in how I'm feeling at the moment, because everything's been so serious with work, been busy, been knackered.
It's been a very difficult June, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
It's gone very quickly, but it's been a slog. I am so tired. I couldn't be arsed today, I'll be honest with you. This is minimal effort. But I'm just knackered. Yeah. Absolutely knackered. Slogging my guts out for minimal revenue coming into my business, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I feel like I've been burning the candle at both ends as well, because I'm one of those people that doesn't like to, I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on life and sacrifice life and experiences, etc., for just work. Yeah. So rather than tapering one down to a sensible level, I just go turbo on both. And so
we've had a similar June, I feel.
We have, yeah. And actually, we Kate and I obviously, I feel like we talk less now that we have the show.
Do you think? Oh, we do.
Because we're trying to save our stories for the show, whereas normally we talk more. But no, I think this month has been a slog, and I think we speak to a lot of people in the industry, right? And I think plenty of people are feeling the pinch. I've had so many negative conversations about market and all that sort of stuff, but
people are struggling. And I did a post about this yesterday, emotionally.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of conversations with agency owners where they are at their wits' end and they are nearly in tears, to be honest with you, and they're just really struggling. And I'm not men and women. Do you know what I mean? And it's being what I find sometimes is I'm a great shoulder to cry on, but I haven't got anyone's shoulder to cry on myself as a metaphor. Do you know what I mean? So I take all of it on. Yeah. So June has been challenging, but I'm also helping other people with their challenges, which is, don't get me wrong, I enjoy that and it's part of what I do, but it's a lot. It's
a lot, definitely. And I just realised I sounded like an old grime song where it goes, it's a lot.
I don't know what you're on about.
I think it's been challenging. And do you know what? I think the reason why I looked at my diary this week and I was like, this is Friday morning we're recording this. And I was like, do you know what? I've got a mad old week. It's been a mad old month. Loads of crap going on. I'm so glad I'm going to get to have a couple of hours hanging out with Kate just to talk crap about recruitment. And hopefully this is like a bit of a release from our industry, because actually it's intense, not only as recruitment agency founders or recruitment consultants, but also suppliers to the sector, man.
Shit rolls downhill. Yeah. And, I think what I find difficult is I think people think as suppliers are like fucking minted and have it easy. Yeah. And it's not like that. We're a small business as well. And I think sometimes what I find frustrating is, me, I'm trying to help, the agencies I work with get better rates, get better margins agreed, get what they're worth, know their worth, but then they want me to cut my worth. And it's like, I've got bills to pay as well, and I'm fucking good at what I do, and I deserve to be paid.
Press the button.
Oh, it doesn't work. I don't know if you've heard that. I've wanted to fucking do a hop on that button every day. But yeah, that's my little rant.
Yeah.
But it's not everybody. I'm not tarring everyone with the same brush.
Yeah.
But and we're all in difficult, challenging times.
Yeah.
But look, sometimes, and I do this in my own business, you have to invest to get the results that you want.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think they forget, like you had a comment, I've had it myself, like, oh, everything looks like you're going amazing, you're smashing it. And it's like, fucking skint, mate.
Genuinely, I was thinking about what we're going to talk about at the beginning of the show. And I was like, I must get messages from people saying, oh, mate, looking like you're smashing it. Well done. It's like, what we say at the end of the show about like LinkedIn is not real life. Like it really isn't. So people come to me and it's not because I'm trying to portray that I'm having it off. I'm just trying to tell people what I'm up to, what I'm doing is, why do we post on LinkedIn? It's to make sure people are seeing you, know what you're doing, all of that usual marketing stuff. But people see it and just think you're having it off. And I've had people come up to me going, oh man, how'd you do this? And how'd you do that? So like, mate, I'm fucking trying to work it out myself at the moment. And one of the things that I was like, I can't remember, some rapper said it somewhere, but it really resonated with me when it was, I would like to be rich and not famous. I do this to be rich, not famous. And I know everyone's going to be like, oh, life isn't just about money. I don't mean rich just in terms of cash. Mm-hmm. I mean, I want to be rich in love. I want to be rich in experience, rich in memories. But guess what?
They all cost money.
Cost fucking money.
And what you said then about not missing out on things on life, because I've gone through periods where I've been too strict. So I've really not... I've cut out things that I deserve to do, but I think there's moderation. But like this month, like I felt really guilty. These are all pre-booked things. I had, Trance in the Woods, first weekend of June. That was a 2-day trip because it was nothing's in fucking Wales that's decent. And then I had, the weekend just gone. Actually, this wasn't Wales. I went to see like Jamie Jones, Chris Stussy in the Castle. Amazing. Saturday, my friends had a 10-year anniversary party. All the old crew back together. I got home at 20 to 7 on Sunday morning. But, I don't want to look at my bank balance the next day because I feel so guilty. Yeah. And I didn't actually spend that much money. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But when you are watching the pennies, but I want to have some fun.
Yeah. I think we are fun people. Like we like going out, we like having a good time, etc. So I'm such a social person. Exactly. But the balance is mad. So anyway, I had a moment where I was laughing. Like I had a moment this week when I was sat on a super sweaty Piccadilly line tube on the way home from an on-site day with a client. And I was like reading the news and I was like, oh God, like, the world might end or World War III is coming, all the usual stuff. And then I was thinking about it. I was like, it's quite mad, this, isn't it? Like in my hand, I'm reading about articles where we might go into a world war. It feels like I'm in an episode of Homeland, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm sat there going, still need to be on this tube in rush hour traffic because I still need to go to work and I still need to make sure the work is good.
That's my priority.
Can't be distracted by World War III because I've got documentation to do. Because actually, if we don't go to World War III, I'm going to be judged on my poor documentation. You
still got to get it done. Even if we go into World War III. I don't watch the news, by the way, everybody.
Yeah.
I know some people think that is nuts. I used to be really into my politics and everything like that. And this goes into my sort of spiritual side, but I just believe you create your own reality. And if I surround myself with all that negative shit, A, there's nothing I can do about it. And B, it's just I'm worrying and getting anxious and then it's affecting what I create in my life. So I do not, when I turn the TV on, it automatically goes on to GB News, which is what I used to watch. And I quickly will change onto something else. I never watch the news.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for the news. And unfortunately, this last few weeks, I've just been finding it so ironic and just like...
It is ironic.
It's like an existential crisis that I've been having on the tube. All the tubes are so hot and sweaty at the moment. Like London is so hot. And so you're like sitting there going, fuck, I'm schlepping 2 hours home from a client site, worried about like a process document. And then on the other hand, I'm like,
I could die.
Iran might bomb us. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so that was making me laugh. But we're here, and actually we're here, and it's worthwhile noting that the football season is almost back. So 1/3 of my personality is almost returned.
I was going to say, what did you bring?
Bought my QPR calendar.
Which you've actually got turned to the right month.
It's the correct month, yeah.
Because you've used it.
I've used it. And I've got my shirt on because why not? Grown men apparently shouldn't wear football shirts is what someone said to me the other day. Apparently there's a thing about grown men wearing football shirts not being like the one, but...
I always used to see it as a bit chavvy. Like if I go on holiday, and there's like, and no offence to people I might get completely slated for saying this, but usually it's English people by the pool with the like England football shirt on. I just usually see it as a bit, but when you do, I don't feel you look chavvy. So,
I always say to people, I'm like, at least 85% chav. I've got my like year of birth tattooed on my wrist.
Have you got your name tattooed on you?
No, it just says established in 1988.
Okay, yeah, fair.
But I don't mind being a little bit chavvy, but yeah, otherwise it's not going to get much of a wear. The other thing I bought was that jar I had that on the stand at the expo.
That is the first time we met in person, you know that?
First time we met in person, I've been there, yeah.
Oh, it's quite a special jar.
That was a guess how many Weathers originals in the jar game prize thing I did on my stand at the expo. Honestly, it was amazing. People were coming up to the stand going, I hear there's £500 cash you can win for this and the other.
Did you not win? Did you not give them the Werthers?
Nah. I kept the jar because I took the jar home and I had to count it out to like video myself counting them all out. So people couldn't say I picked the winner. And you know who won it? One of my clients right now, David Ware-Tarleal. He was the one that won it.
Did he?
That's how
Bet he was buzzing.
They donated the money to charity. I keep that on my desk behind me. It just reminds me of the fact that little old me had a stand at the expo.
Yeah.
And it was my first time, like, boom, let's go out there. Let's get on with it.
Sentimental.
Yeah.
Talking of sentimental, brought two things with me today. The first one, let's be honest, what I was going to bring it. Last time I hadn't done this race. This is my fifth. Yeah, my fifth race, and it was a fucking brilliant race.
Yeah, nice.
Doubles with one of my besties, Shona. And when anyone that does like endurance events will know what I mean, when you have one of those days where everything just feels great. Don't get me wrong, it was difficult. It's never easy, but I felt great. My ankle injury held up till the end. I could have done it again.
Yeah.
Like, I felt amazing. We beat our time. We wanted 1 hour 15. We got 1 hour 14. We both burst into tears as soon as we saw it. It was amazing. And doing it in the Principality Stadium in Cardiff.
Yeah, banging.
We came out where the players come out. It's giving me goosebumps thinking about it. It was amazing. And then, bit random, but I've brought my dead dog with me.
This is so
I was
weird.
thinking, like, what can I bring? And Hamish, when I say he was...
Hamish?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
What?
When I say he was a legend, he was a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Just like one quick story about him. So my mum treated these dogs, we had 2 dogs, treated them like children, like real people. And so when we had a Sunday roast when we were kids, my mum would give the dogs a Sunday dinner, like the full works in a bowl. And he didn't like carrots, but my mum used to put them in anyway. Sometimes she'd cut them up real small because they were good for him, because he was quite fat. And he used to pick them out with his little teeth and throw them out the bowl.
No.
Like angry, like really annoyed. Like he'd
Toddler.
fling them. My mum just used to do it for comedy factor then. Oh, honestly, he'd take himself out for a walk, he'd escape, go for a walk, and then knock the door when he wanted to come back in.
Is Hamish
he was
Welsh
a Scotty
name?
dog.
Is it a Welsh name, Hamish?
No, he was Scottish. He was a Scotty dog.
Oh, okay.
So I just thought I'd bring him with me. So he's part of KOSI.
Very nice.
What a guy.
Bit weird. Is he in there?
Yeah.
He's like ashes.
He's everywhere. I've got some of his ashes. My mum's taken him to Greece. He's everywhere.
Love it.
There you are. Love you,
Nice.
Hamish. Should we get started? Well, we have started, but should we do...
Yeah,
what do you want to do first? Stories or LinkedIn post?
LinkedIn post.
Okay, right. I'll go first. Okie dokie.
Oh, yes. We haven't been sharing these. So I'm looking forward to
No.
this.
Yeah, just to clarify, we haven't told each other the stories. Again, we haven't told each other anything. We did the first episode, but we thought it'd be more fun moving forward if we didn't do it. I've just got to find mine now. Here they are. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my first one is, which one shall I go with first? Right, I've got a funny one, but I've actually got one that I think is a more serious one that I think is going to create a bit of a talking point. So you'll obviously all see this come up on screen, but I'm going to read it out for size. So, lost a potential client last week because I said mate. Saw a post on here looking for a freelance videographer, so I reached out. We arranged a call, all seemed fine. A few days later, I followed up, super casual, as I always am, said something like, hey mate, just checking in. Apparently, that was wildly inappropriate. I got a blunt response saying they'd never work with someone who speaks to them like that. Honestly, fair play, I wished him well and genuinely hope he finds someone who calls him sir, boss, or maybe kisses his feet before 9 a.m, but I'm not that guy. I'll keep showing up as myself. No fake formalities, no hierarchy, just mutual respect and solid work. It's worked for me for the past 10 years. If you're into that, I'm your guy. If you're not, I fucked it up now because I read it wrong. If you're not, good luck out there, king. And he's put a king, like a crown emoji. I thought, I read that and I thought, well, what do you think?
I'm not surprised that someone has responded like that, because I think there are a lot of people out there that really need that are just really stiff in their way. They think, and they want
LinkedIn to be like that.
And they want LinkedIn, and they think they're too important, and they think that people should be groveling and selling in a real specific way to them because of who they are and what they are. So I'm not surprised by that. It's fucking ridiculous in reality. Like, hey mate, hello mate. Like, what is wrong with that? If that's how you speak, and I mean, colloquially, everyone speaks that. Who doesn't speak like that? I don't think it's anything to take offense at or just say no to working with someone for. But I guess on the flip side, if they like to work with people that are dear sir / madam, please kindly see my message.
Then obviously not well matched if that's the case. Exactly. But I'm totally with this guy because I don't think it's wildly inappropriate at all.
It's not.
You know, I don't think there's any need to puff your chest out and make somebody like and be like, don't speak to me like that. Just, you know, if you're not matched, you're not matched. But I'm with this guy when he says about I'll keep showing up as myself, no fake formalities, no hierarchy, just mutual respect, solid work. That's my vibe. Like, 100%. For me, you know, quite quickly, for example, I call people love. Now, you know, not all the men I work with, but like the women in particular, I build relationships quite quickly. So for me, and I'm down to earth. Like, for me, if I can't be myself with a client, I don't want to work with you.
Nah, that is, you have. This is the best thing about running our own businesses, right? Like we've spoken about this before, and I think I've said it on so many different shows. I might have even said it on KOSI before. But when I first started out with embedded ops, I looked at some of my content and some of my emails and some of my outreach, and honest to God, I sound like the fucking user manual from Microwave. Like, it's ridiculous how like technical and professional I'm sounding. It's outrageous. And Sam Rasdall did a session that I sat in on once, and he made a really good point. He went, would you say what you typed out loud? And that was the big reality check for me. And then I remember about 6-7 months into embedded ops, I was like, I'm just going to be myself. And actually, you do then just attract your own kinfolk.
Writing content is easier. That's exactly what I do. Is when I'm writing a post, when I'm writing a message to somebody, I write exactly how I would speak.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying it in my head. Like if I was actually having a conversation with this person, what would I actually say to them? But I was the same. Like I had a marketing agency doing my marketing for me for my first, I want to say 2.5 years, maybe 3. And don't get me wrong, early doors of my business, they did help me a lot and I learned a lot from them.
Yeah.
But I read them back, same as you, and I'm like,
it's not me.
I sound American. I don't speak like that.
Yeah,
not a swear word in sight. And that is not me. So, I'm with him. But I think, not well matched, but it's not wildly outrageous.
Nah, that's
wildly inappropriate, sorry.
It's not wildly inappropriate at all. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I saw it and I was like, that's a good one to bring in because people might have to, let us know if you've got a different opinion, 100%. If you think it's right. But I read it and I thought,
I don't think any of my clients actually thinking about it would take any offence to that. I don't think any of my partners I work with would take offence to that in any way, shape or form. I think
it would make them feel, for the sort of people that I tend to work with, it makes them feel comfortable.
I think so. That's exactly what I was going to say. You kind of mirror match or whatever, but all right. Am I doing one? Yeah, you next? Do yours and then I'll go back to mine. Right. I've got just a couple. I seem to always find the American ones. So this is just one to talk around. Like I don't think this isn't that mental, but a recruiter has posted, I think it's a rec, the 3 most frustrating responses to a headhunt message. Number 1, who's the company? Number 2, what's the salary? Number 3, I'm really happy where I am and not looking to move, but happy to chat. Recruiters, what would you add to the list? In my head, I was like, I don't read any of those and think that those are frustrating messages. I think every single one of those is a buying signal. Actually, no response is worse. And actually a straight up not interested is so much worse. these aren't frustrating messages. I think you just got to look at that and be like, okay, who's the company? That's a buying signal.
Yeah.
What's the salary? Buying signal. Or what's the salary tells you what their pull factors might be or push factors.
But also this could be a chance to look in the mirror and think, what am I messaging? If I want a different response, how can I change up what I'm messaging?
And like, I when it said here, recruiters, what would you add to the list? I was like, mate, I could write a shit ton of things that I think would be much worse. Like, F off. Leave me alone, not interested.
You scum.
Get a proper job.
I just think he's probably struggled for a post that day.
I think so. That's got to have been the one, isn't it?
But particularly those first two, for me, that would be, well, yeah, I'm happy to tell you, but at this point, I'd normally jump on a call. When can I ring you? And that for me would be like, great. I've got like you said, it's a buy-in signal. But even the I'm not interested, what are you interested in?
Yeah, exactly.
So I wouldn't be... What do you want them to say? Oh my God, that is the role of my dreams. I'm going to hand my notice in now. I'll accept it on the spot. When can I start?
It's
not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
What do you want them to say?
It's so delulu, isn't it? But again, I think these are posts for post's sakes. But that one there really did make me laugh because I just think people have got the wrong idea about what this game is sometimes. Like, I had a conversation.
If he's a rec to rec in particular, he's fucking selling to people that do his job.
I know.
They know exactly what he's trying to do. So, of course, they're going to reply things like that.
More so than any other sector that you work in. I had a conversation yesterday with Jamie, and we were having this exact same conversation that we've lost sight of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, why do we send messages? Not to fucking do a deal with a reply.
No.
We send messages to get people on the phone. You get a reply back, wicked. We're one step closer.
People
to
don't want to
phone.
fucking talk on the phone anymore. This is the thing. This is that's what I mean. It's like you're leading to it. You need to have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
You're not going to get. It's the same with BD. You're not going to message a client on LinkedIn and they'll go, yeah, do you know what? Send me your terms. I'll sign them straight away. I'm going to give you 20 jobs. I don't know who you are. We've never spoken. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in the first phone call. I've had this exact conversation with multiple consultants this week. Get out of your head when you pick that phone up for a BD call that your aim is to pick up a client and pick up a job. I'd actually be concerned, as with a message, if somebody replied saying, yeah, I'll give you X, or yeah, I want that job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Anyone decent will be like, well, I need to know a bit more.
Of course.
Info. I need to get to know you.
I think it's honestly, I think it's so ridiculous. And I think hopefully that post is for a post's sake, right? And
I think it is.
Talking.
I think it is.
But actually, if there's anyone out there that is joining in the bandwagon and going, oh God, another reply.
Go and get a different job. You can tell I'm in a certain mood today, right? Just go, don't do recruitment.
Don't do recruitment.
Go and get a different job.
Yeah. That was nice and easy one. I figured it was probably a post for likes, but in my head, I was like, it feels game.
Did it get good engagement though?
It didn't really, no.
Waste of time.
But because it was, it didn't really. And I was looking at it though, because I was trying to have a look at like the comment section to see like what else people had chipped in with. And it's like someone had, I think someone in the comments said, not right now. Again, not right now. Great. Wicked. Like, all right, when?
Yeah.
Oh, let's jump on a call so I can understand when to give you a call back.
And so I know what you're looking for when the time is right.
Yeah, I think like...
If it leads to a conversation, for me, it's a success. Because do you know what it is as well? People are too transactional and they want now results.
Yeah.
They're not thinking ahead. And what makes an amazing recruiter, and if I don't say so myself, this is what I used to do, is you're thinking ahead all the time. You're not just looking for now candidates, now business. Great, okay, I can add that candidate to my future pipeline.
Yeah.
You're working on these people for later. Okay, somebody might have accepted a job now and you've lost them from your now talent pool, but I'm going to ring them in 6 months to see if they like that job because I might get them back on again. This has really riled me up, this has.
Trader Nessa is out in
I am out.
Right.
I love
it when you come out like that. That's so good.
I've had 2 coffees this morning. I'm on one.
Yeah, 100%. I do think I think it's a symptom of transactional recruitment created by 21 and 22, and also just a bit of self-entitlement. Fucking get out your own box, man. Just fucking just play the game that we're all here to play, not just win every single time. Anyway,
love that.
Yeah. Good talking point, that one.
Well, I've got a humorous one for the next one. I fucking loved this when I read it. I think it's an American one again, and a rec to rec. So I've got to say, right, Rec to Recs get a lot of stick, but some of the best posts I've seen recently are from Rec to Recs. I've got to say, really funny, really clever.
Oh, I think I know. Who's that one by?
Brandon Quayham.
Oh, yes.
I know Josh,
I know him, yeah.
Yeah, but there was another one we brought up. I think it was yours last time.
Yeah.
Was it Josh something?
Josh Harrison.
Yeah, he does really good posts.
Good, yeah.
Really good posts. Yeah. But yeah, I loved this one, right? So you'll see it again, you'll see it come up. I hung up on a 750k, this is in dollars, biller for not knowing the phrase bread and butter. If you aren't saying this at least 10 times whilst pitching on a call, you're not a real recruiter. It's a tick. I said this to a candidate in New York last Friday who was billed 750 grand year to date for 2025. He had no clue what I was talking about. I couldn't believe it. I put the phone down on him and blocked the simpleton. Bill's $750,000, but doesn't know bread and butter. He won't go far. Right decision. I thought that's fucking good. Brilliant. That's the picture is just a piece of toast with some butter on it. I just thought, and I'm annoyed with myself because I didn't screenshot the engagement that he got, but I think it was really good because that's why it popped up in my thing. But I was like, I just love that sort of stuff.
I do as well.
Just poking fun out of our industry.
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I actually know Brandon.
Do you?
Yeah, he's actually placed with an agencies that I've worked at. I think he's just set
up he's British, but
Brandon is.
He's hiring for. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
He's a good bloke, and actually, I could picture him reading that out loud.
I just thought I just chuckled. That's the sort of stuff I like to see. I just thought brilliant. That is brilliant.
I am here for all of that content at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just what we were talking about before. Shit's hard at the moment and things are long at the moment. So actually a little smile when you come across those things is exactly what you need sometimes.
Yeah.
I've got another one that's about, this is a sales recruiter. And it starts with, in quotation marks, I'm more interested in basic salary than the OTE. This is a sales candidate saying this.
Okay.
And then the recruiter goes on to say, this was a conversation I had with an individual contributor last week. If you're in sales, this is a massive red flag to any potential employer. I speak to great salespeople who are willing to take a pay cut in order to find their next role, as long as their targets are achievable and they are well compensated for hitting them. If you are in sales and need a huge basic salary and not bothered about your bonus, it might be time to switch careers.
This is going to rile me up again.
This got really good engagement, actually.
Did it?
Well, to the point where he had to edit the post and add comments in at the top.
No way. Did he get abuse?
I think a few people were like, I'll read the edit. I'll read what his edit was.
Okay.
Which is, yesterday's post stirred up a lot more conversation than I expected. To clarify, the intention wasn't to say that base salary isn't important. Of course it is. The point I was trying to make is that in sales, the real earning potential should come from commission. I agree with all of the points about mortgage applications.
He shit himself, basically.
Living comfortably, poor commission structures, companies changing goalposts. But that wasn't the point of the post. In hindsight, it was poorly written. Yes, it was. But it has done wonders for my LinkedIn impressions. I love that he's got it up to it, but when I first read it, because I actually hadn't seen the edit, because I found the original post.
Oh, okay.
So I found the original post and I was like, what a nunty, man. It's like, I remember getting calls about like enterprise sales or SaaS sales roles when I was a recruiter. And I remember people being like, yeah, well, what's it going to pay? Bearing in mind, I was a contract recruiter and had a book and be walking away from a book. And I remember saying, well, I need to be compensated. And the recruiter that was calling me up about it, I was asking him things like, well, what's the deal cycle? So I know how long until I'm going to get some commissions and stuff. And he was like, well, I don't really know, but this is the annual target and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, well, mate, I'm not going to, so you want me to walk away from 100 odd grand to come and work there? You want me to take 40 grand a year? And then you don't know when the deal cycle is, but you know that the target's 1.4 million, but I should earn.
You should know that.
All of that stuff was so shit. But I find it bizarre that some people think, even though this fellow apparently didn't, but some people think that salespeople should just always be on pitted salaries.
It annoys me.
Because it's ridiculous.
It annoys me.
It's like, I'm not like, we've got mortgages, we've got rent, we've got things to pay for.
And sometimes we all know this, the work in sales, not every month is a blinder.
No.
And I had this during COVID because I was still employed in my old agency and I wasn't paid enough basic salary for what I was doing. And oh my God, I shit my pants. We went to COVID. Luckily, I did pharmaceutical sales. So after 2 months, we picked up again and I still wasn't getting as much bonus, but it was okay.
Yeah.
But I was on 28 grand, and for a couple of months, I was like, and I know there was less outgoings during COVID because you weren't going out as much, but I was like, fuck.
I was still spending
I was more than doubling my salary with my commission, but I used to do sales recruitment, right? And every single candidate I spoke to when I was doing the experience side before I took over even the grads were concerned about basic. Yes, they want to know their earning potential because they're massively motivated. But I tell you what else they want to know. They want to know what car they're getting.
Yeah.
They want to know, is it car allowance or is it company car? Because that affects their tax and all of that stuff. And they did want to be remunerate the word with their basic salary because a lot of them have families and we just have bills to pay. It was rarely I had somebody, the only time they would drop, and it wasn't a drastic drop, was, and this is maybe for the industry, if it was like a new drug launch or a new medical device that they were really interested in and they wanted to be a part of the build and the commission was going to be insane.
Yeah, like I said, passion piece.
And it was going to raise after a certain time.
Yeah.
So, but that never a massive... I've never heard that. No, I just think that's a load of shit.
I think in recruitment, right, because realistically, a lot of people just bill 150k a year, right? That's just what happens, right? So that makes sense to me that base salaries are super low. I mean, there's loads of people that bang on about what grad and entry level salaries need to be. Mine was 10 and a half, I think, when I started, and then it went to 12 quite quickly.
I think mine was 12.
Which again,
12 or 13, which is insane.
Which again, at the time, like I was in a house share. It was my room was 350 quid a month or 400 quid a month. Didn't have windows, but it was 400 quid a month in southwest London.
That's good.
And it was but it was all
the rent
was included. Yeah, the rent. So it was all right. And they had free biscuits in the office, so I used to live off of biscuits basically. But it's all very relational. But the concept of salespeople should really focus more on their OTE than
it's not guaranteed.
Ridiculous.
It's not guaranteed. And there's things out of your control, like I just said, like a fucking pandemic. That affects your ability to earn. Especially in recruitment, there's only so much we can control. I had situations where, we put somebody in a contract position and within the first month, the manager was like, nah, I don't really like them. They were doing a good job. And they get rid of it. I can't control that.
Can't control it. And that's the thing. The one thing you can control at the front end of taking that role is your base salary, and you want it to be comfortable. And I used to always say to candidates, like, let's get this right? Like, we need to make sure the money's good. It's enough. It's comfortable. Have you done the numbers? Break it down.
Can you afford? Even people saying they take a drop, I'd be like, right, well, how is that going to affect, especially
That's a red flag. I love that he was like, great salespeople I know have taken pay cuts. If someone said to me on the phone, as a candidate said to me on the phone,
I'll take anything.
As one of my friends even said to me, anyone I know said to me, I would take a pay cut for that job. I'm like, brother, are you feeling all right? Like, are you not very good? Like, what is it? Like, how
are you going to afford... life.
I think that's the biggest red flag out of all of that post is someone said,
look, KOSI lives. We're in the cost of living crisis.
KOSI lives. So.
Can't take a cut.
No, exactly.
Nah, I think, again, he's shit his pants, isn't he? Because he's realised I tried to do a really cool post.
Yeah.
It's backfired.
And then done the edit. I think we've had a couple of edited ones now in KOSI, haven't we, where people have had to correct themselves or repost to confirm it. Like the guy that was talking about the doctors last night.
Yes.
Anyway, that's this episode's installments of LinkedIn posts.
They were good.
Nice.
Should we do stories? Well, not our stories, the minor consultant stories.
Yeah.
Are yours as well?
Mine is a rookie story, and then I love the rookie ones. I love the rookie ones. Mine's a rookie story, and then it's an ops story.
Okay. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear the stories. Oh God, what one do I do first? Because these are bloody brilliant. No, because they were given to me on voice notes, so I was typing away last night, getting them written up. Because the one I told last time, I had minimal info on, and since I've had the full story, and I missed so much juicy detail.
Oh, really? The one that you read out last week?
Yeah, so I'm not making that mistake again. So, it wasn't all my fault, granted, but where are we? Episodes. I'm so organised. I've got a file in my Google files. Right. So, I love this story so much because I was in the company with this person when this happened, and I still remember it. So I was still classed as a rookie, really. I think I was out of my first year, but only just. And I'll never forget this, right? Never forget it. And this girl is a fucking legend. You would have loved her. She was brilliant to have in the office, like just a character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She actually watches the show as well, so she'll see this. So basically, she was trying to do business with this client for ages, and they just kept saying no. It's a typical her. So she got really pissed off and was like, I'm just going to take 3 of his .NET engineers out and place them with a competitor. Fuck you. Like, that was like, if you don't want to work with me, I'm going to make you want to work. You know what I mean? So, and they only had a small team. So those 3 people were like, would obliterate the skill set in the company. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically she did it.
Yeah.
Placed them with a competitor. And she, at the time, we were using RDB. Do you remember RDB?
Yeah,
I think it's still around,
It is.
actually.
I've got a client coming off of it at the moment.
I fucking loved RDB. I
imagine.
loved it. Got a special place in my heart for RDB. So she put a note on RDB saying, now let's see if he needs any .NET engineers, and accidentally clicked send instead of save, and it sent to the owner of the owner of the company. And I still remember, she stood up from a chair and she went, Rob, because Rob was our IT manager.
Yeah.
She went, Rob, I need you now. And so needless to say, he wasn't happy and never wanted to work with her ever again. And it was like, I remember she was like, we need to retract the email. And there was nothing he could do, basically. So also another slip up that she made, she obviously didn't learn. She actually started a relationship with a client and forgot that all the emails are logged on RDB, and realised and had to have a very nice chat with Rob to get rid of all the emails. It was shit. It was a very embarrassing chap. She was like, Rob, can you just delete?
Yeah, please don't read them. Just delete them.
Yeah, delete them, don't read them. Fucking brilliant character.
So
I'll never I still have the vision in my mind of her standing up and being like, Rob, I need you now.
Mate, we've had so many emails sent to people, stories, haven't we, that have gone so wrong.
I've told you this before, though. That story is what makes me triple check before I set...
Triple? What's triple?
I don't know, I've just made it up. But, like, I have PTSD from her experience.
Yeah.
I check everything. Like, honestly, my whole recruitment career, because of that thing, it frightens the life out of me.
Let's see if he needs .NET developers now. That is such big dick energy.
I know.
I love it.
I know. I just love that she was like, you won't work with me? I'm taking your people.
Yeah. Oh.
Those are the days.
Those are the days, eh?
This was about 12 years ago now.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, she sounds like a character.
Yeah.
I actually got sent this story in such a good format that I didn't need to rewrite it. I'm just going to read it exactly as it comes in. This is a good one. Year 2006-07. After a week of intensive training with one of the biggest companies in the business, let's call this guy Bob, because all legends deserve a mysterious 3-letter name, the rookie was brimming with confusion. Friday rolls round, the Q&A kicks off. Everyone's asking deep, insightful questions. Then this rookie raises his hand like he's about to solve world peace, looks the trainer dead in the eye and says, so, I've been thinking all week and I still don't get it. How do we make money selling CVs? Like, aren't they free?
What?
You could hear the cogs turning in Bob's brain. There was a long silence on the floor.
Was everyone like...
Someone coughed. A plant probably died in the corner in what felt like the longest silence ever. Everyone stared. Bob never came back for week 2.
You can tell he was really thinking about that, wasn't he?
How do we make money selling CVs? Aren't they free?
I can literally imagine it probably wasn't even that long, but felt like hours, the silence after everyone like, did he just say that?
Yeah, honestly.
So is that, he genuinely thought,
he genuinely,
after a week of intensive training.
a week of doing anything, surely you've got a grasp on how we make money in recruitment. I mean, what does that, it might say more about the training.
I was going to say, you might want to get somebody like me to come in and sort that out, but that is...
Right, that line is so good. So, I've been thinking all week, how do we make money selling CVs? Aren't they free?
Also, why didn't he ask that earlier in the week? Why has he waited a whole week to ask that question?
So good to be doing it right at the end. But yeah, honestly,
So he obviously got let go.
He didn't come back.
Oh, he chose not to come back.
He didn't come back apparently for week 2. He just didn't come back.
He just didn't turn up?
He just didn't come back for week 2.
Maybe that's what he actually thought he wanted to sell CVs.
Yeah.
And when he realised that wasn't the job, he was like, do you know what? This ain't the place for me. I'm going to go and get a job selling CVs. Good luck, though.
Probably got a job at Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they do, isn't it? They sell
and
CVs.
then he started Indeed and made millions.
Oh, yeah.
That is...
if you've got rookies join in, make sure they understand commercially how we make a pound note. I feel like you have to say it in black and white terms now to people. Like, do you know how we make money? Like, do you understand how we make money?
Some of them do, though. I've got a really very switched on group of rookies at the moment. They are a fucking dream to work with. But one of them, I could not believe this, because he's Gen Z, never used ChatGPT. He didn't know what it was.
No. What was he like? He doesn't know what ChatGPT is, and he's how old was he? Like, Gen Z.
I think he's either late teens, early 20s.
Right. Flipping out, must be.
I was like,
a rock. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm here for it though. I quite like it.
Yeah.
He's just living his life.
We used to work with a guy, call him Z for whatever. Like early on in my recruitment career, I used to work with this guy, and he, EastEnders syndrome. Have you heard of EastEnders syndrome? Basically, you're born, live, work in a square mile radius.
Oh yeah, God, I live in a town like that.
Yeah, this is this geezer, and he was a little bit of a blunt instrument. Like, he just didn't understand how things work. He was happy. He was just happy in this little bubble. Didn't know anything about anything. But he built loads of money.
Yeah.
He basically bought up half of that town. And then he's probably doing better than I am right now. But he was like that. And I used to think to myself, God, I'd love to live in your world, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love that existence.
I know, that's what it was. He knew what it was, but he never used it. Right. That's what it was. But yeah, I just think and I know some people be like, oh, he's never going to be a good recruiter if he doesn't use AI. Bullshit. Yeah. It is bullshit. Because he's fucking brilliant. So, yeah. Oh, I love that rookie story. That is
rookies. The
funny.
rookie stories are so
I wish
good.
I was there. That's the sort of stuff I love being in the room for. Because I find stuff so funny. Like, people to me are hilarious. Yeah. I would have just been like, I laughed.
The trainer must have been sitting there going, have you actually been with us this week?
I would have laughed, like belly laughed.
Yeah.
This is a really good story. It's a bit longer, but I've got to tell it in a certain way for it to land. You know what I mean? But it's good. So there's basically this guy working in an agency, and he'd been brought in with no recruitment experience. I always wonder what is going through people's heads when they do this. But he'd worked in industry, and they brought him in not as a rookie.
Right.
So because he's got industry experience, they think he's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Because he knows a couple of acronyms.
Well, and also it's the build industry, like architecture and stuff. So it's a very different world to recruitment. But anyway, they did it. Okay. Very well regarded in his sector, very senior. All the directors thought, oh, he's a top biller. He's going to be a top biller, right? So when the person who's told me this story started, he started in the same agency as a rookie. So this guy's been brought in wow. And this guy, my mate, comes in as a rookie, and he'd already not billed for 9 months, not a penny, nothing. But always had these big stories about he was going to bill and then things would fall out. So they kept keeping him on, basically. Yeah. But 18 months later, still nothing. It's quite a long time, isn't it, right?
Long time.
And this was quite a while ago. So, it was sort of more hire and fire then, wasn't it? Yeah. So at this point, he's under a lot of pressure. And then they bring in a new director into the business. And you know what it's like? The new director comes in, 4 to 5 months in, he's really putting the pressure on, what the fuck are you doing? Do you know what I mean? You need to be bringing money in. And bearing in mind, my mate, who was a rookie, was billing good. So it was showing him up big time. But he was never really making calls and would say things like, oh, yeah, I've got this big deal coming on, with this massive, well-known company. Almost unbelievable scenarios, but people sort of believed it because he was from industry as well, he had connections and stuff. And it'd be like, oh, damn it, I can't believe I missed out on that again. And they'd be like, unlucky, we'll use Bob again. Unlucky Bob, keep going, mate. You got this, you can do it. So you can imagine what was going on, right? And he was on the table with all these trainees that he was sort of, don't ask me why, but was sort of leading. And he'd be like, right, guys, come on, we'll have a BD day. Let's map out this area, map out this, let's do that. And then they'd all do it, and he just wouldn't be doing it. So basically, it got to the point where he is on the verge of being sacked, right? He probably should have been sacked a while ago, but he's on the verge. And another big deal then is on the cards, right? He gets some jobs on. None of the jobs work out, but out of nowhere, He walks up to the board and chalks up this huge fee, like 54k. And in that industry at that time, that's unheard
54K?
of. Yeah, 54k. Unheard of. And he's high-fiving everybody in the office. They're like, yes, Bob, you got this. You saved your job. He's like, come on, Bob. He's like a hero. He saved his job sort of thing. And then all goes quiet. He carries on with life, don't hear anything about it. And then he comes in one day, right? And he's like, lads, I'm going. Fed up with this place, being treated like shit. I've come in to say bye. I love you all. I've come in to say bye. And they're like, mate, why are you going? You've got a 54k fee about to come in, shitloads of commission. Well, one of my candidates out of the blue got an email from the director of this agency just saying test. And he was like, I'm shocked. I can't believe it. It's so unprofessional. I'm shocked. The candidate's shocked. It's not on. I'm not up for that. The ethics are wrong. And they're like, but you are about to get loads of commission, mate. Like, where are you going? Oh, I'm not in it for the money, me. Not in it for the money. Don't care about the money. I'm more about the principle. I'm going. So, again, being a hero sort of thing. So they're like, he's fucking mental. What's he doing? So he leaves. Later on, the director comes in, tells the real story. So it turns out what happened... He told the director the day before this big 54k placement had fallen out of bed, right? So the director's like, you're gone, like, you going. So they basically start digging on the system, like, how has this placement dropped out? He's had so many placements dropped out. That is a lot of money to the agency, isn't it, right? Yeah. And they start looking on the database at the back and forth with this one candidate, and they're like, something ain't right here. This doesn't, the emails don't look right. So they said, we'll just send an email to it, test. They just sent a test email. But the candidate email was made up. It was Bob. So he'd been emailing himself back and forth. So they sent an invoice to a real client for a placement for 54 grand. Yeah. Or another, it might have been another one. And the company got in touch and was like, I don't know who the fuck this person is. And we don't even know who you are. Like, this never happened. And then, so he was making up candidates, emailing himself. Hi, so they, hi so-and-so, here's the offer, blah, 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 glad you've accepted. They'd email back, hiya Bob, yeah, all good, can't wait to start, mate. It's all him emailing each other back, fake emails. And then the candidate would email back, like, say, 3 days later, Bob, bad news, don't cry into your porridge, I've been counter-offered, I think I'm going to stay. Oh, no way, can't believe it. It's all fake. And it gets even madder. So they look at these candidates and realise the candidates were real. The names are real. They're on the job boards, but the emails are made up. But they find the candidates and they're fucking banging candidates. So if he'd actually just done his job and rang those candidates and called them and qualified them, he could have filled these roles. Yeah. But instead, he's created this fake world, Bob's La La Land, and created these fake scenarios. They actually rang these candidates, these fake candidates, and all of them were like, I would have been really interested in that job. And they started pitching them out. They were real people. So but they said the candidates had never heard of him, never spoken to him, never had an interaction, never heard of the companies, all these fake jobs. He'd been making the jobs up. Oh my God, that's so good. So basically Bob had completely wasted his time. If he'd actually just done what he was meant to be doing, could have cleaned up
some money. Yeah, exactly. Mate,
that is mental.
The best thing is the high 54 grand on the board.
Woohoo! Well done, Bob. And do you know what made it for me is, not in it for the money, mate. Not in it for the money. Don't do it for the money. It's about the principle. I'm not staying somewhere that treats me like this.
I bet he's on a decent wage as well. That's why.
And I really want to know what he's doing now.
Oh, mate, Bob, get in touch. So good.
Honestly, when I heard that, the way it was told to me of a voice note, I was like, this is going in KOSI.
So good. I love it.
Mad, isn't it?
That's so mad. Do you know what? I actually do know people that have like rung fake deals through.
I've seen. I've not seen it to that extent, but I remember when I was in my first recruitment job, somebody was on the brink of being sacked. They're on performance review, and he was making up jobs. It was all facades. I think he was always intending on leaving. He was buying his time to find a job because it was like you're either going now or. But why it always gets found out.
Yeah. Always. You're
But
never
imagine letting an invoice be sent.
I know, that's what, to a real company.
To a real company.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen before.
There's a firm, a big firm in London that happened out there because, you know, when everyone switched to invoice on signature.
Yeah.
And then you had people on 3-month notice periods, but then invoices were being paid in 30 days. So all of a sudden, you've got invoices being paid in 30 days. You're getting the comms before the candidate's meant to start. And there was a girl that did some deals. I think she collected some commission checks on it as well before it. But yeah, that's why. And then people wonder why recruitment agencies don't want to pay before they've been paid and all that. Sorry, before people have started and all that sort of stuff. But
we got in my last recruitment job, we were a CSO, contract sales organisation. So they'd go into a 12-month contract, but we'd get the full 12-month fee up front from our agency. But if they were let go within the first 8 months for any reason, and sometimes it was sales, they would be like, I just don't really like them. We'd have to give money back out of our next month's commission. And oh my God, and you were like on pins until the 8 months was up. And you would be praying the project management team looked after made them stay in because you didn't want to give oh my God. It was the worst. I'd see an email come in from said person that was in charge of that team and I'd be like, I don't want to open
it. Cool. All right. I had the option for a couple here, but I'm going to go with this one and save my next one for another one. So early on in my time in recruitment, I had we had a couple of junior people into the business, and it was contract recruitment in Europe. Rates were always a challenge. Like we were dealing with like SIs and consultancies, and so the rates were really low. So like really low, really challenging to sell it to someone to go and do the roles. So sat down, briefed a couple of these like new recruiters on the role and was like, right, we're paying 350 and we can charge probably 400, 425 max is what we can charge. Set them up. I was like, it's going to be a tough sell. You've got to really sell the relocation, sell the long-term program, sell the opportunity to work for like a large, at the time was a European governing body and stuff like that. And it's just like, gave them all the stuff to sell it. Left them to it, gave them a list of candidates, was like, right, off you pop. I worked on some of the other ones, then they worked on these. Anyway, next thing I was like, come back after lunch, and one of them turns around and goes, so I've got three people close for that, actually. Like, I was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, send me the letter of representations and we're all good to go. I've got to take this on the chin. The letter of representations have come across confirming rates and start, happy for us to represent them and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Got that all through and I was like, banging, wicked. Didn't really read the emails again.
It's a common theme in every show, isn't it?
And then I just like forwarded the guys on to my man, my contact at the consultancy supplying into this European governing body or whatever. So send it across. They've come back on, fucking we'll interview them, this and the other. It's contract recruitment, right? So they spoke to them that afternoon.
Like, woohoo!
Boom. Next day, we're like sorting out these people's freelancer autonomo numbers because they're about to go freelance, this and the other.
We were like
and
seeing the dollar signs.
I was like, absolute piece of piss. I was like, I've just done a split deal with these guys. It's an extra £37.50 on my book for 2 placements or whatever, because they took 2 out of the 3. And then I sent over the deal confirmation form to the newbie. I was like, yeah, mate, I'll let you fill this in. Didn't want to do the admin. Yeah. But mate, feel good about doing their first deal. And he sends it back. And then I was like, wait, have you got the, I was like, why does this say pay 425? And he was like, well, that's what we're paying the candidate, aren't we? I was like, what do you mean paying the candidate 425? I was like, no, we're looking to pay 350 and we might be able to get away with charging 425 because I wanted it to be 75 margin so that we could both nick 37. Yeah. 37 and a half is 800 in your GP, 800 in the GP in the bracket I was in. I was like, laughing, get a couple £100 out of that. And he was like, no, that's not what I've done. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I've given them 425. And then I've had to pick up the phone, obviously, to call the client and be like, I know I said we could probably do it at 425, but I think I'm going to need a little bit more money in it. And he just turned around and went, why? And then I went, wow, the candidates.
The rookie fucked up.
The candidates want a bit more. No, I took it on the chin. I went, the candidates want a bit more money. And he laughed and went, no. He's like, you got about 30 runners here. You're going to have to take a loss on it. So the worst part was he didn't take both of them at 425 either. So both the candidates are in at 425. He gave us 425 for one, no margin. And on the other one, he was like, it's going to have to be 400 because it was between 400 and 425. So we made a 25 euro a day loss on this contractor every single month.
That is...
Guess what? At that place, sometimes your contractors would be there forever. Sometimes they'd be there for short stints. I was praying this was going to be one of those short stint ones. That motherfucker stayed on site for 2 years. And
I would just be working out what I could have got every month.
And do you know what the worst part about that story was? I was trying to remember it as to whose fault it was and who didn't read the letter.
It was yours.
And it was me. I couldn't believe it. But again, you learn so much from those things, right? Like now I'm like, pay, charge. Do you know the difference? Pay is what? Charge is what?
You wouldn't, yeah. And do you know what? I remember doing contracts, because it worked differently in my second agency, like proper contract recruitment in my first agency. So I did perm and contract, but less contract. And I remember I was so frightened of getting it wrong.
Yeah.
I would always get my manager to work it out for me and make sure I got it right, because like I just didn't trust myself with the numbers to get it right. And even now, when I go into agencies for like training, I don't tend to train them anyway on what rates they can agree and stuff, because every agency's different, aren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, I say to them, I'm like, you're better off doing it, because what if I get it wrong?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't want to take all that responsibility for the rookies in particular.
Nah.
They need to tell them how they like to do all that stuff, because it's intricate and it's very as you found out in that instance.
Mate, I honestly...
It's so important, isn't it?
It's so important. And do you know the worst part is that poor fella started his career in recruitment with a loss. With negative numbers on the whiteboard.
I can't believe he stayed there for 2 years.
2 years I got around for. I will never forget, I can't remember his name now, but he's a Bulgarian fella. So we used to move all these Eastern European folks over to Alicante to do some work, and it was like I had to make a loss on it. It's ridiculous. I'm mindful of time. I'm going to talk about our sponsor. I
was just going to say we need to do that
quickly.
Yeah.
So our sponsors, thank you to Hinterview, Richard McLaren and Andy Simpson over there. If you don't already follow Hinterview or follow the two chaps that
you should.
Rich, you should.
Their posts are brilliant.
Andy and Rich's content's amazing. Their CRO content, Sam, I think he's just gone on maternity leave. Congratulations. Paternity leave, not maternity leave. His content's great as well, so do give them a follow. AI note taker for recruitment agencies specifically,
lifesaver,
as well as video content intro bit of kit. I've got to say they seem to be really, really having an emergence back. The story about how many old customers are coming back in and joining, signing back up is great to hear. So if you haven't checked out Hinterview in 2025, then you don't know what it's all about. You definitely need to go and have a look at it now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Brilliant.
It's 15:15.
We need to do our own stories.
Personal stories?
Yeah.
You go.
Okay, I'll try and keep mine short.
Yeah.
I had a post blow up the other week. Some of you might have seen it, but it blew up for completely the wrong reasons.
Like blew up. I mean, this went viral.
Viral, yeah. It actually consumed my whole Friday, the day it went out, and it's still consuming some of my time. But it went viral. So basically, I had a message, and this will come up. The post itself shows the message on the screen. I had a message from what I knew was either a bot or a spammy fake recruiter, basically. And I like to have a bit of fun with them because I get quite a lot of them. I know a lot of other people do, and it's annoying, but I also think I'm going to call them out because it's just shit, isn't it? And basically, I thought, well, this is funny. I'll share it as a post. I'll blank the person's name out just in case they are real. Because I'm not about like calling people out like that on LinkedIn. And I'll put it up as a post. So basically you'll see it on the screen, but this bot or person was like trying to pitch to me like, oh, I've got amazing skilled recruiter jobs. Do you want to discuss any openings? And it's like not being funny. I'm not at that point anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus on my profile, I have an agency. So like, do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. So I just emailed back what I normally do. So I LinkedIn message back. Have you looked at my profile at all? And this person replied, bearing in mind that was Wednesday, they replied on Saturday. That's poor effort from a recruiter. Like, come on, same day. Do you know what I mean? And she said, yes, it says that you're a wanker. What the hell? And I thought that was really funny because in my headline, it says High Rocks wanker. Yeah. So I thought like, she's either taking the piss out of me like touche, or she genuinely is shocked. So I thought, this is really funny. I'm going to share it. And all I put as the caption was, I was referring more to the fact that you most likely haven't read my work experience, but that is a fair point.
Yeah.
I thought I did a great job blanking it all out, right? Anyway, I put this post up. It goes mental. So I had in total 211 comments and 637 likes. But people started going wild in the comments. Some people were like, I can't believe she's called you that. You should report her. And I couldn't make sense of it. I was like...
Not reading anything.
I was like, I don't get why they're getting so offended by it. And then I realised you can't fucking see it in my headline with all the time when the post comes up. So I was like, oh, shit. Then people start tagging her. I'm like, how do they know who this person is? I was like, oh, my God, multiple people. I'm talking like I was going ping, ping, ping. And people at Andy Den were like, oh, my God, this is who it is. I was like, oh, no, oh, my God, oh, my God. And then I was like, how do you all know who she is? And then people were taking the piss out of me. They were like, you can fucking see it, Kate.
Because you hadn't redacted it.
I didn't redacted it properly. I used like bright orange instead of black. And I thought I did a brilliant job of it. So tell me if you think I've done a shit job. And honestly, the amount of inbox messages I've had of people going, you do realise you can see that person's name. Her name is. Yeah. I was like, yes, I do know, like, multiple times. But I had some major abuse as well. Like, I do get abuse on LinkedIn. You know I do.
You get ridiculous abuse on LinkedIn.
People are quite, like, I don't care, but sometimes people are quite nasty, usually blokes. One of the responses I got, I won't read all of it out, but just to give you an idea of how absolutely batshit crazy some people are on LinkedIn, and there's absolutely no need for it. Get ready for a lawsuit. 166 comments and 397 likes, and God knows how many people have read that post. You could at least cover her name properly, but you've done it on purpose for public humiliation. As you knew, people will zoom in to see if it's a real account. A woman your brain size making public a young adult that doesn't want to talk to you. Her answer is absolutely normal. Called me a motherfucker the lot. And I thought the funny thing is I actually didn't mean to do it. No. Still waiting for the lawsuit, by the way. So, you know, but
that geezer's unhinged though.
Unhinged. But honestly, I thought I couldn't keep up, and I was like, oh shit, I've fucked this post up here. So
I was travelling somewhere for an event. I can't remember where it was, so I didn't get to see any of this unfold. I remember being on the phone to you going, "What? What do you mean? What happened?" Yeah. I remember the first thing I looked at was your edit skills, and I was like, "That is such a poor effort on the fucking."
I genuinely, I promise you, I was like, "Well done, Kate. Yeah. Good job, well done." And then obviously it went nuts. But yeah that is. It's still entertaining. Loads of people like, Kate, this is fucking brilliant for all the wrong reasons, but it's entertained me massively. Yeah. Some of the comments were very funny. So if you could find it, go back and look. But yeah, that's my story.
Yeah, and you went viral, which is great.
Yeah, great.
All press, no such thing as bad press.
Yeah.
Is that what they say? Yeah. My story of the week is Cheryl.
I do love Shazza, by the way. Big up Shazza.
Cheryl's got herself a job in recruitment. Cheryl was going to get a part-time job working at a local hospital as a secretary. I was on site with one of my clients. They were talking about needing some admin support, and then it twigged. We were like, oh, why don't we get Cheryl to do it? And I was like, yeah, cool. Set them up with an interview the next day. So it's supposed to Cheryl about that night. Cheryl went and had lunch with the two co-founders. Got along like a house on fire. Cheryl smashed it. Got the job.
Yes.
Off we go. It's going through embedded ops. I finally sucked her into the recruitment game. Great for the family.
I love that. We should get her on here actually at some point.
Well, she would hate that. We'll get the whole family in recruitment. So, and it's great. And because there's a real need for that service as well.
Yeah,
so
there
I was
is,
like, Cheryl can just own that admin piece. So we're calling it the first day. They were like, right, come on in. It's a Monday. We need Cheryl in all day so we can onboard her, get her laptop set up, etc. I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll do the nursery drop. I'll cram my day in. I'll pick the kids up and I'll stick with them for the evening. Evening rolls round. Doing dinner with the kids. This and the other. Message Cheryl, what train you get in? You know, standard chat that couples have at the end of the day with one another. Like she'll message me, what time you home? I'll message her, what time you home?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, it should be about 7:30ish or something like that. I was like, yeah, cool, no problem. 7:30 rolls around, nowhere to be seen. She's like, I'm having a drink. I was like, oh, all right.
Welcome to her world, my friend.
I was like, oh, I've tasted my own medicine. I don't like it. I was like, all right, kids are fucking running around everywhere going mad.
I am loving this story.
One of the worst bedtimes I think I've had with them. Like, no one's going to sleep. I'm like,
I remember you messaging me.
Yeah, I was like, no one's going to sleep. Cheryl's not here. This and that. Eventually, I just give up on what time Cheryl's going to come out because I thought I'm not going to be that guy that's just messaging where you're at. So I take myself to bed. Finally, the kids go down. Took forever. I go to bed. Next thing, 12:30 on a fucking Monday night, Cheryl stumbled in after a first day in recruitment. And I was like,
she's in the fold.
And I was like, for years I've always tried to explain that it's all about relationships, networking, go out socializing, And I've got to say, disclaimer, Cheryl does not care. Cheryl's like, do what you want.
Yeah, she's very good with you.
So chill. She lets me do whatever I want to do. So I'm not going to paint her out to be that picture that finally she got to see what it's like. It's not that. But one day in recruitment, Monday, 12:30.
I am here for
fucking
this.
Good effort, girl.
Good effort, Shazza.
Good effort, girl.
And also, I do love, though, that you've had a taste of your own medicine.
I know. I was there trying to... Honestly...
I was thinking that as you were messaging me, I was like, welcome to Cheryl's world, my friend.
God, that 3:30 to bedtime shift... That's the toughest shift out there, man. I'm telling you, that was so fucking hard. I was like,
and also you had work to do, didn't you? I remember.
Had so much work to do. I was drowning in work. I was going to do it when I got them to bed. They wouldn't go to bed. It was just fucking ridiculous. So, yeah, Shez is in the game now. So, I hope we should get her to come up with some stories.
Yeah, I was going to say she needs to be feeding us back stories from another perspective as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that you made a placement through Vetted Ops.
I know. The post, by the way, that
was good.
The post I did for that, everyone was like, you had me at the first bit. Because I started off by saying I've just done my first 360 placement in 6 years or whatever. Loads of people were like, oh, we actually thought you'd done a placement. But yeah, no, Shezza in the game working at Gregory Walker.
Yeah, no, I do love that. Pimping her out.
There's no margin in that deal. I'm telling you now. You did it
again.
There's no.
You should have. You said you learned the first time.
Can't even blame the rookie.
Can't even blame the rookie this time.
There's absolutely.
Will you ever learn?
No margin in that deal. And do you know what? I think the cheek of it. I think she even bought up holiday pay.
Did she? Love that. Overtime?
Right. No, hopefully not. I'll just give myself a cramp. Right, that hour and 5 minutes has flown. We got calls to do.
If I don't say so myself, I think that was a bloody good episode.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
I've got sweatier though. Good job, Tom, with the fan, but we're going to have to turn that up next time.
Actually, we can't finish yet. I need to just say one more thing. We need to take the piss out of Tom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. Tom
Here quietly, I was hoping you'd forget.
No, never forget. So we're going to make fun of Tom here. Tom overslept this morning, didn't you, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were here.
I travelled from the depths of South Wales. I got up early this morning over that bloody bridge.
Yeah.
Si's come from London town.
Yeah.
And Tom lives 10 minutes down the road and he was late because he slept in.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was funny though.
It was very
for
funny.
Good content.
It's been good for
actually just reminded me because I was going to do it behind the scenes. Do you want to close it off and I'll just film you closing it off?
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thank you again to Hinterview, our sponsors. Thank you to you guys for listening and watching. We've been Nessa and Twin Dad Si. Looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah. We haven't done our catchphrase.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
folks, LinkedIn is
not real life.
Oh, there we go.
Let's do a Bob high five.
See you later, folks. Banging.
Yeah.